University provides a brilliant opportunity at a crucial age, at a crucial time, to develop yourself. And as someone who's trying to optimise his time as much as possible, I thought I'd make a video on how to succeed at university, covering 5 different ways, not just focus on academics, but also focusing on how much you can develop personally as well. Now, please don't take this as me telling you what to do. This is just advice from my experiences, and if you're looking to develop, then maybe you can take this on board. Firstly, develop a routine and follow it. If you take 5 minutes the night before to write down on a whiteboard or a piece of paper what you want to do the next day as like a checklist, then you're going to be so much more productive in what you set out to do the next day. I do this every day. It makes it so much easier waking up and knowing what the routine is going to be for the day. And as you can see, I tick them off as I go along, and I can see what I've got for the rest of the day. The thing is, when you don't plan your day, you can be overtaken with this aimlessness. Especially nowadays when we have so many distractions. If you get to a period of the day and you know you've got things to do, but you don't know which one to do next, you can easily just go on social media and end up doom scrolling for hours and hours. Okay, maybe that's a bit exaggerated, but you get the point. But with routine, it gives you structure to the day, so you are no longer aimless. You know, once you finish training in the morning, you've got a lecture, then after the lecture, you've got a workshop to do, and then you've got the lecture after the workshop, and so on, so on, so on. You know exactly how the day is formatted and how to follow it. Plus, a huge part of writing down what you want to do for the day is the immense feeling of satisfaction when you tick off a little task. It's a really good way to build a positive feedback loop. And as we know, it's very important to keep celebrating the small wins, and that's a great way of doing it. So give it a try and experiment with it. It might take a while before you find a routine that works for you, and that is fine. For me, I like to get my training done in the morning, my lectures and all the reading and the work around that during the day, and then in the evening it's either socialising with societies, or it's working on other things such as reading about topics I'm interested in. But for you that may look completely different, but that's fine as long as you find a system that works for you. And I promise you, once you get into this routine and you start getting into the flow of it, that is going to help you improve so much in all aspects that you want to improve in whilst you're at university. Number 2, a bit of a controversial one. Partying and alcohol. How much of it should we do if we're looking to improve? Where's the balance? I mean, this is a big part of university life, so I have to talk about it. In fact, I was actually in the student union club very recently. On Wednesday, we had a football IMS initiation, and I saw some of you there, which was to the surprise of the few that did recognise me. And I can't say that my opinion about this has changed that much. I still don't really like them, but I didn't fully understand why until I read this from Jordan Peterson's book 12 Rules for Life, which I really resonated with, and some of you might as well. I did not like teenage parties. I do not remember them nostalgically. They were dismal affairs. The lights were kept low. That kept self-consciousness to a minimum. The overloud music made conversation impossible, and there was little to talk about in any case. Everybody drank and smoked too much. A dreary and oppressive sense of aimlessness hung over such occasions, and nothing ever happened. I relate to that quite a lot, but you may not. You may really enjoy the clubbing lifestyle. You may be thinking to yourself, Spencer, you're an idiot. I love it. And that's fine. That is absolutely fine. But I would still ask yourself, how much do you really enjoy the excessive drinking and the partying late in the night? You feel crap in the morning, you have sleep to catch up on, all those problems. Now, I'm not saying completely quit the partying scene. We're still young, and every now and then, getting involved in the partying scene is absolutely great, especially to celebrate something, right? For me, as I said, I'm not a massive clubber, but I enjoy going to the pub every now and then to speak to a couple mates. And there's obviously a place for this, especially at this age. Social skills is a very important thing to develop. But was coming, if you're someone who's looking to develop and succeed in your time at university, then clubbing and excessive alcohol drinking as a consistent action is probably going to hinder and get in the way of your desires. Being hungover means you miss your gym session maybe, or you miss your morning lectures, you don't get your work done as well, you're tired in your lectures for the next few days. It's not like it has a small negative consequence, it is quite a big knock-on effect. And in some cases it's worth it, but also on a consistent basis of doing it all the time, it's probably not worth it. I'm only bringing this up negatively because you are obviously someone who wants to succeed and develop as a person with their time at university. And if you're watching this video and you think to yourself, well, I really want to grow and succeed as a person, but I also really enjoy the partying scene, then you probably need to work out where your values are, which one do you value more, and then act accordingly. If you are someone who's heavily involved in the partying scene, you have to ask yourself, is this really fulfilling? Then progress from there. I really hope that's come across in the right way. Next point. Sport and societies. Well, there is no better place to try new things than the period of time when you're at university. And there is also no better way to grow as a person than being outside of your comfort zone. This is something I have a big regret about, and I wish I did more in my first year. I wish I got involved in more sports, more societies, more things that are completely out of my comfort zone, met more people. It would have been a brilliant experience and just helped me in my second year anyway, but I didn't. But I learned from it and I've applied it to this second year, and I've seen the benefits massively. For example, this year, if you've read my newsletter, you will know I've got involved in a couple salsa lessons. I've also got involved with other societies as well and some other sports. But salsa is obviously the big one in my head because that is really outside of my comfort zone. I feel nervous every single time going, but yet I still go, and I've met some really good friends along the way. So if you're someone who's thinking about joining a new society but you're not too sure, you think it's a bit outside your comfort zone, you may worry that you're not good enough for it, I always come back to this quote, which has really helped me many times in these situations. It's from the Stoic philosopher Seneca. It is, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." It is such a powerful quote in these situations, especially if you're going into a situation that is unknown territory to you. So a brilliant way to spend time at university in a productive way whilst having a work-life balance is getting involved with these societies, trying new things, learning new skills in general. Try things you never thought you'd try and see where it takes you. If you don't like it, you don't have to do it again. If you like it, then brilliant, and keep going with it. It's a win-win situation. All of those experiences will be valuable to you. Number 4, going in a bit to the academics now, but also stuff around it. This is a brilliant age to just learn. Academically, take a deep interest in your course and your modules, turn up to your lectures, find the best study methods for you, and practice them consistently by including them in your new routine. I mean, it sounds simple, but it's true. Academic success is all about putting the time in, turning up to lectures, doing the work that needs to be done, and revising in the best way possible that you find most productive. But that's just a lot easier said than done. But remember, as you're someone who's looking for success, and academic success is a huge part of overall university success, we've paid to be here. This is why we're here. You know, on the days you don't feel like standing up to a lecture or doing a study session, it's worth it. It's worth it to do it. But it's not just this when I say learn as much as you can. We're all at an age where we're trying to work out the world, as deep as that sounds. You know, what do I want to do with my life? Where do I want to go? What are my plans? They're big questions, but they're ones you really want to start learning about. So read books, listen to podcasts, reflect and think. It's a long process of self-realisation, one that will last as long as we live. But the more we embark on this never-ending path, the more we will learn and develop ourselves. And that's what's important. Finally, it's a cliche one. Enjoy it. Enjoy the time here. Enjoy the moment. But when I say enjoy it, I don't want this to be confused with constant short-term gratification. Rather, I will use Jordan Peterson's definition of happiness once again from his book, The 12 Rules for Life. Perhaps happiness is always to be found in the journey uphill, and not in the fleeting sense of satisfaction awaiting at the next peak. Over time, you are going to be a whole different range of people. 10-year-old you is different to you now, and 50-year-old you in the future is also going to be different to you now. And you want future you to look back on this time at university with nostalgia and knowing that you enjoyed it. Do you think an older you will look back on this time at university and look at all the parties and the excessive alcohol consistently on a weekly basis, getting hungover and missing why we're really here? Do you think they'll look back on that with enjoyment? Maybe in some cases, yes. That's exactly true, and that's where the question of balance comes in, as we spoke about earlier. Or do you think they'll look at this side with pride, knowing that they worked hard, they turned up, they socialised in societies, made good friends with similar values, and overall spent a crucial time of their life developing themselves to the best they can be? I think we both know which memory would have more enjoyment. And I want to reiterate, making these the best use of your life isn't 100% going into this side of all work and ignoring the work-leisure balance and not celebrating any of the achievements that you get. It's important to have this balance to become a well-rounded person. That is a huge part of self-development. Both sides can be abused excessively. Find the balance and work on that. I really hope this video has come across in the right way, and I hope it's helped a lot of you out there who are looking to try and improve in your time at university. It took a lot of rewording of exactly what I wanted to say. I didn't want to be telling people do this and don't do that, but I also wanted to be giving strong advice from my own experience here. And if you have anything to say about it, put it in the comments and we can have a discussion. Also, I've returned to writing my newsletter, Learnings. You can find that in the description if you're interested. It's a weekly newsletter every Tuesday, completely free, so please subscribe and support that. Overall, thank you so much for the support on the channel. Please subscribe if you're new and share the channel around. I'm so grateful for the small community that I've built around with all of you that have watched my videos. It is a great feeling seeing some of you around Loughborough University. And as I say, if you see me around, please come up and say hello. It's such a great feeling to meet you guys. And I hope you all have a great week. Goodbye.